Good evening. My name is Diego Simba, and the topic for today is test for phrases. When we talk about test for phrases, we have to mention transportation, substitution, ellipsis, and coordination. For transportation, refers with how many sequences of words can be moved together into different slots in a clause. And this is how a word form a phrases. A classic example of these tests is when we change from active voice to a passive voice. Um, so this is a classic example where that we move the words in different slots and the sentences still have the same meaning. For instance, we say in passive voice, the dog chased the cat was chased by the dog. In the second sentence, Jonas played football. In active voice, we move words in different slots, and football was played by Jonas. Number three, we say parrots like grapes, and we change in the passive voice, grapes is like by parrots. In the in the next sentence, Mary cooked the lunch. We change to the passive voice, the lunch was cooked by Mary. And finally, Sarah read the poem. A poem was read by Sarah. So these as examples are classic because we change the words in different slots and we keep the same meaning in the sentence. For substitution, the definition is the main idea behind this test is that a single word can substitute for a number of words hanging together as a phrase. For instance, we have Jonas plays football. So instead, uh, we substitute instead say again Jonas is very good player. We substitute the subject Jonas for a personal pronoun he. He is very good player. So this is the main idea. We substitute a word uh, and we can hang it together in the same phrase. In the second sentence, which phone do you like? We can use this one or that one. Instead, say which phone do you like this phone or do you like this the other phone? So instead, say all that phrases. We can change that one and say, do you like this one or do you like that one? So this is what substitution means. In the third sentence, parrots like grapes, and so the monkeys, and so do the monkeys. So we can use and do instead say and the monkeys to replace the verb, so substitute the verb. So this is an example of substitution as well. In negative, we have Mary didn't cook the lunch, and we can substitute all the subject and the verb with neither. Yes, so Mary didn't cook the lunch and neither the dinner. This means Mary didn't cook the dinner as well. Yes, so we substitute all of that with neither. And finally, could Sarah do that? As well, this is a classic example of substitution in question. For ellipsis, uh, refers to a complete English sentence plus an incomplete clause joined by the conjunction and. Remember that a complete grammatical sentence refers to a subject, verbs, and complement. That's a complete uh, grammatical sentence. We have the examples here. For instance, we have Jonas plays football, and me too. as we can notice here, the first part is a complete grammatical sentence, and the second part is incomplete. But when we use the conjunction and, we give a complete meaning to the sentence. We can notice the same procedure in the sentence number 2. Parrots like grapes, and why. We also can use do to avoid repeat the information again. Yeah. The same happened in the third sentence. Could Sarah do that? I think so. Think so. As well, we can use it in question. Yeah. To avoid repeat again the same information. In the next sentence, will I go with you? We can use think so as well. Don't think so in negative. And finally, we went to the school. Yes. As well, we have here, instead say, we avoid say repeating the information or repeating the personal pronouns, in this case he, but we adding or using the conjunction at, we can add an incomplete sentence. And took the classes. He went to school and took the classes. So these are examples of ellipses, a complete sentence with an incomplete one. And finally, we have coordination. Coordination deals with how words, phrases, and clauses of the same time can be coordinated by conjunction and, but, or. Yeah, this is the difference between coordination and ellipsis, because ellipsis was a complete sentence and incomplete one. This one is a complete phrases, but coordinated. Yeah, but all the time sharing or providing the same idea. For instance, we have Jonas and Carla play football. This is the conjunction and, and still have the same sense. So this sentence can be the same time. Parrots and monkey, we saw again the conjunction and still have the same sentence, the same type. He went to school and Sarah go to the office. We have the conjunction here, yes, and we have coordinate the same sentence. They were drinking and dancing all night. Still have the same sense with the conjunction and. Ecuador and Colombia played yesterday. We can see again the conjunction and, yeah, and share the same sense. To sum up, when word, phrases, and clauses we put together, we form some phrasal categories, and these grammatical structure in a foreign language are very important to be understood, because provide idea how phrases are formed in IL2 in a second language learning. Thank you for watching.